All right, with me today is Patrick Hannay-Zaia. He's going to be talking about his piece, Tubman Home Interior 1 in 3D, as you all have your 3D glasses. So enjoy. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Thank you. This is very cool for me because I've never done anything like this. This is very new. I'm an actor, so I'm used to reading other people's words, so this is not go easy. I've been taking 3D photographs as long as I can remember. Started with this. This is a photo of my grandfather that I've carried around since I was 6. And I always wondered why there were 2 of him. And it is because someone took the picture sideways with a 3D camera sometime back in the 50s. He looks cooler than I ever could. But you've all seen these. You've all seen the 3D stereo cards. It's exactly what it is. It's just this way, which loses the 3D. So he inspired me. He inspired me to start loving 3D and following up on that. 3D photography has been around since photography. 1840s. The 1840s, when people were starting to think about photography, the initial thought was, well, I want to capture this scene, this image. We have 2 eyes in our head. We have 2 lenses. We need a thing that has 2 lenses to capture the perspective. Much like if you put a finger in front of your eyes and close one eye and then the other, it shifts and moves. In the 1850s, the first 3D images and viewer were presented at the very first World's Fair. Queen Victoria fell in love with it. Because she fell in love with it, everybody had to have it. So boom, that was it. If you see any pictures from the Civil War, probably 95% of the pictures from the Civil War are 1/2 of a 3D image. Somewhere there is a 3D image of that. On from there, the 20s and 30s, when people were this is how people traveled the world. They had the viewers at home, all the cards at home. This is how kids learned in school. Then we saw the Viewmaster. Everybody remembers that. And that was there was actually a camera at that point in time that people would have at home to do their travel pictures. This is not a Viewmaster camera, but I have a collection of 3D cameras. So they do literally 2 lenses, which leads me to this. I take the pictures using multiple images. I scan the scene using the camera in a plane. Then I'm not a very good person with computers, but I went on Photoshop and I hit buttons until something happened. And I was thrilled because I started talking to other people about it and no one knew what I was talking about. That was 20 years ago. But I just kind of do this for myself. I do this for myself because I like to think I look at the world differently. And if I have these images that we all are used to seeing flat, it's important to me to have that little extra. It's important to look closer. If you look closer at this, as an image, I love it. As an image, I'm very happy with it. But if you look closer, you can then see through the slats in the wood to the windows in the back. The leaves in the trees move if you move past it. I take the photographs in full color. And the reason I mostly do black and white, if you remember the 3D movies from like the 50s and the 80s with the 3D glasses, everybody hated them because they gave them headaches. It's because they were in full color.
Yeah.
So if you use a red and blue lens, the red blocks the red, the blue blocks the blue, but you're left with the purples and the yellows that vibrate. So I thought, well, let's turn it black and white and see if that cancels that. And I feel like I've done that. Plus, I like black and white photography. There's just something classic about it. This picture happened by accident. My mothers came to visit, and we went to the Tubman house, and we were not allowed in because they're gutting the interior. And I couldn't see in the windows. So I literally took my camera, my phone, and I went like this in the window. And I just did what I instinctively do and just captured a series of pictures and went home And I was thrilled. This made me very happy, and it's what I like about doing art. If I have to sit down and say, I'm going to accomplish this piece, it doesn't happen. I get frustrated, I tear it up, I throw it away, and I stop doing that thing. Accidents, I love. And I love nothing more, I've discovered recently, than standing in the corner and watching people come in and pick up glasses and go, wow. It just means a lot to me.
Very nice.
Thank you.